The Enclave was once the heart of magical development and trade for practitioners of magic all across the Maida Basin. Not all weavers claimed it as their home, but those that did built a legacy of progress, constructs, and innovation. The likes of which have not been seen since the Surge, almost half a century ago, when a cascade of arcane disasters racked the Maida, and without warning, the Enclave sealed itself away behind a magical wall known as the Veil. Rich and powerful leaders were wounded and killed. Decades of war broke out. Every nation suffered an economic collapse. The world is calmer now, but magic has been shunned, taking the blame for decades of unrest. Weavers remain pariahs to this day. Most places tolerate us if we don't stay too long. While some weavers remember what it was like before the Surge, I've never known a time when weavers had a home. I chose this life years ago. But I'd be lying if I said it's lived up to all I hoped it would be. Stop! Still, my luck might be changing. A few weeks ago, I began traveling with a new weaver band. Now, they've brought me here, where it all began. Oh.
Careful.
Thanks.
Bryn! Over here. What do you think?
When you told me that joining your band meant I'd see the Veil, I wasn't picturing.
No one's been this close in years. The base weavers have known about this safe zone in the Veil's shadow for decades, but no one has found a route into it. You have no idea what I had to do to puzzle.
I definitely want to hear that story later.
My hope is that we're going to find artifacts from the Enclave itself. I'll stay to oversee the camp setup. Why don't you take the preliminaries?
Really?
Of course. It's important for the other weavers to see how you do. The map I bartered for in Tarza suggests there's a watchtower deeper into the valley. Shouldn't...
That's my first landmark, then?
Yes. It should help us get our bearings before we start the search for the Strand Road. And if you make any discoveries, that will
For sure. I'd love to find my footing.
I'll act as the watcher on the scry and pull you back if anything gets... Just steer clear of the tangles. Any questions before you head out?
No questions from me. I'm ready to head to the watchtower.
Glad to hear it. No visuals on the scry. Can you hear me?
I can. Some interference, though.
Must be the tangles. Still, strong enough to pull you out like you practiced. Dom?
I'm on it.
The Veil. Even more impressive up close.
Just this. Shall magnify the enchantment and...
Tangles. Beautiful.
And deadly. Give them a wide berth. those career exports. You heard our quartermaster. Let's break them open.
That wall is completely frozen.
We should expect enchantments to act strangely this close to the Veil.
See those glowing bulbs? Infernal alliums. They're bust when broken. So, if I toss one at the wall, its fire will melt the ice.
Brilliant! Best to use kinetic magic to keep clear of the blast.
Perfect. Knowing the watchtower's relative position establishes the distance to the Strand Road. You can come back to... What is that?
Coral. There were rumors of a living mineral that grew deep beneath the Enclave's surface. It seems they were true.
There's more of it in that cave. I could take a closer look.
Too risky to deviate from the plan. First outing was just to reach the watchtower.
This is going well. I say we check it out before finishing the expedition. Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Dan's right about it being a living mineral. I can feel it humming with magic.
Wait, I'm losing...
Aurea?
Brilliant connections back.
Yeah.
Pulling you out.
Need his breath. I knew this was a bad idea.
I can't extract you.
Dharm, fix it. And Lane have tonics on standby for her return. Out of the cave so we can get our bearings.
an ash peak drake.
Quick, your frost magic can cool a path. Vitality tonics on your belt. Take a swig if you need it. Good. Darn's still working on the scry, but you need to keep moving. Lane, got anything from the map?
There should be a minor patrol path ahead that loops back to the watchtower. It runs close to the Vale, though.
It's our only option.
I'm on it. Aria, that drake's acting like...
Let's just focus on getting her back safe.
I'll go back to unpacking the armory.
Nice work. Keep moving. Damn it, Casman was right. That drake is rotting. Erratic flight. Aggressive. It won't stop.
Skies, what do we do?
We get you back to the caravan fast. Clear line of fire. Good time to use your bow.
If I'm reading the map correctly, following this brook should lead to the path guards used to reach the watchtower prior to the surge.
That drake is never far behind. Just keep going. You're doing great, Bryn. Final stretch.
That can't be. An ark?
No one has seen one in almost 50 years, let alone outside the Veil.
The Archons never left the Enclave. Still, you need to get... You've got to hold it off. We'll work on an escape plan. No.
Isn't the strangest.
What the? Hang on, Bryn.
Everything okay back there?
Change of plans, everyone! Pack up!
You're... What?
We're coming to you, Bryn. Follow that arc. We need to go. Now. Up ahead!
Has anyone else noticed we're practically sitting on a loom gate?
That can wait, Dom. Aurea, you should be resting. If your wing doesn't heal, our point is out of commission.
That's what I need to address. While my wing recovers, Bryn will take over
You sure she's ready for all of...
Bryn did face down an Ash Peak Drake and lived to tell the tale.
Yes. I have every...
As long as we don't all die here first.
Our arrival was rocky, but I will do everything if we avoid unnecessary risks.
I'm glad you're taking this seriously.
Exactly. When we first set out to investigate the Veils, the Enclave was once a safe haven for all Weavers. Since the Veil went up, Weavers took the blame for decades of war. All because of what? We owe it to ourselves, and to our brethren across the... Maybe then, Weavers can find out first. Bryn, that's you and me. Adjourned.
The scry. The whole band gathers around when I'm away from camp. It's nice to have people literally watching my back. So after all the legends, this is it.
Legends for you, maybe. Some of us trained under Weavers who were born here. Still, it is surreal to see it for myself now. You're going to be out there, exploring. Promise to take it all in for me.
You must be devastated that you're...
I can't deny that my heart breaks at the prospect of being stuck behind the scry. Besides, this wing won't keep me down for long.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Anyway, enough with the sentimentality. Thankfully, Lane Free has an old map of the Enclave. It's 60 years old. Pre-Surge. No,
I'll update it as I go.
exactly. We've made camp in what was once a way station for caravan. Just below us is Glintwood Hollow, a second loom gate, and what a...
You can see it from here?
If either is functional, Dom will throw you. I'll be with you on the scry. With fewer tangles, we're hoping the connection will be strong.
I'll head out now.
I've got you clear as the sands of summer, Bryn.
No interference on my side either.
The scry connection's much stronger. In fact, we should be able to use the Wisp.
The Wisp?
Watcher's Wisp. Channel a little magic into your earpiece. I'll redirect it to guide you from the scry to the nearest landmark. Follow the wisp to reach your nearest landmark.
More arcs!
And I'm really happy we're here. Arcs were supposed to be used for manual labor. Hostility is strange.
Fresh water, in walking distance of the campsite.
I'll set up a purifier for it and collect later.
Hydra's Brook, aptly named for the spirit of water that flows.
Creatures could be hunted for food. Any of these plants look edible?
Dan will put anything in his mouth if he's curious enough. Whatever he doesn't vomit, we'll eat.
Just try not to poison him. Point. What a beautiful view.
Darters. Sneaky, toxic beasts.
Use your frost. They're vulnerable and can't hide when cold.
This must be the second loom gate.
What's covering the base?
I'll check it out. A lot of debris on the platform. I could clear it with kinetic magic.
What about the loom gate itself? Is it functional?
No sign of life, but see that cloud of raw magic? It's leaking from the broken pipe near the edge of the platform.
So we have two powerless loom gates and a tangle leaking out of an enclave construction. I wonder if Lane still has that treatise we picked up in Taza.
And he's gone.
With the debris gone, this loom gate doesn't appear to be in poor shape at all. Time to check out the Great Arc. A set of schematics. Tarmakind smithing. Maybe Zola would know.
I was right. It is an arc. A great one.
It isn't moving. I'll get a closer look.
An arc of the stricken earth, I would guess. Any chance you could bring a piece of it back to camp?
Doubt my sword is strong enough.
Then there's not much we can do with this for now. Dom seems to have an idea about the loom gate, at least. Two enclave constructs. Neither of them functional. Good news. Lane found a shortcut back to our camp. I could use the wisp to guide you there if you'd like.
That should be it. According to my map, it's a man-made tunnel that grants easy access to the way station.
Bryn's back. Let's fill her in.
We believe we found a way to activate the Loom Gate in our camp and in Glintwood Hollow.
With the Loom Gates active, we could expand our search of the Enclave.
The potential for discovery is...
Agreed. So, how do we repair a Loom Gate?
What made the Enclave remarkable was not merely their constructs, but their ability. It has long been rumored that beneath our very feet exists an extensive... The pipe you found in Glintwood Hollow is proof of its existence. It must be a conduit.
And the tangle that formed around it was a leak.
Precisely. Our theory is that patching the rupture will restore power to the...
Thankfully, Seven Lane have a plan for that.
We don't know a lot about arcs, but I dug up some old stories from logs that we inherited from in notes dated before the Surge. This band managed to get one of the enchanters who worked on the...
Apparently, the Arcs have a thin carapace between their skin and their armor plates that's nigh immune. A magically resistant material like that would be perfect to see.
So I need to cleave this carapace off the Ark. There's no way...
Come see me and we can make some improvements to Sola's forge. Which...
I could hone your sword so we can cleave the carapace. No problem.
We'll talk.
Great foresight in removing the debris from the Loom Gates platform. We've got a clear workspace once the patch is forward.
Happy to be one step ahead.
Everyone's got a part to play in this. Let's get to work.
Hey, I know we need to fix up the forge, but...
Sure. What's up? What for?
I've been a little cold since you've arrived, and... I was just under a lot of stress with everything that happened.
You mean when we ran for our lives from a death cloud into a lost land?
Yeah, that. And losing supplies, and Aurea getting in...
Lacks experience.
At the time, that's what it seemed like. But ever since you made finding food and water a top priority. I underestimated you when I shouldn't have, and...
It's okay, Cass.
No, it's not. I really am so...
Thanks. That means a lot.
I'd love that.
So, I know Sola mentioned improvements to her forge. What does that entail exactly?
Unfortunately, the missing supply...
Is there a way I can help you restock?
Right now, we reserve the materials you bring back for your armors and weapons, because that's the... But if there's anything you can spare, I can repurpose them and...
Sounds simple enough.
Glad to hear it. These are a great start. With the supplies we've got already, we could shape up our camp. We lost a lot of stuff when we were running for our lives, and frankly, our setup, but we can rebuild.
What do you have in mind?
Like we discussed, Sola could forge better weapons with improvements to her smithy. Alternatively, Dom could certainly care better for her and to keep you in fighting form, having Lane's alchemical There's no end to the improvements we could make around here. And everyone's lives would be...
What about you?
Me? Oh, I don't need to...
Come on. There must be...
I mean, would new shelves be nice? Sure. I also have some ideas for yours. But don't worry about me. I'm fine. Right now, improving Sola's forge is more important.
I know our band has made the most of what we've got so far, but this is a great idea.
Thanks, Bren.
Don't forget to block.
Sola is delighted with the improvements. She can refine your sword as soon as you'd like. Great work, Bryn.
Turns out we make a pretty good team. This campsite will be top of the line.
Yeah. We're definitely going to need to start directing a water flow to the camp. Maybe even would help to get a garden going in here too. Fruits, vegetables, medicinal herbs. Oh, that reminds... What?
Do you ever take a break? You know, to enjoy a job?
Sure. Sometimes. Once there are fewer fires to put out, I'll relax. I swear.
You know, sure there are so many new discoveries, but we're also trapped inside a hostile environment. Sometimes
Yeah. It's like waves crashing down on me from all sides. All these awful until
You can tell me.
Until I can't breathe.
I get it.
You do.
Completely. Maybe we could slow down and catch our breath.
Maybe. Aurea. It's Lane, by the way.
What's that?
They don't like to be called Lane Free.
I knew we'd recover. We always do. Still feels nice to have my core tool.
Still a long way to go, but...
Speaking of, we've been scavenging around the way station, and they're stored away and ready for you. Should be.
Sounds like it's time to make something that can punch...
There you go.
Now that I can cut the carapace free.
Whenever the band is collaborating on a problem, I'm often the... At least normally they're my designs. Sev actually came up with this one.
Any particular metal required?
No, just enough of the same type. Sev and I, once you have everything we need...
So look, this plan to repurpose carpus to fix the windows, isn't it? Pure arrogance.
Zelda.
What is this? Competition penalty. You're both bringing it just like this was...
I can agree with that.
I suppose.
You're coming up on the Ark of the Stricken Earth. With a stronger sword, hopefully the carapace will come off easy.
This might take a while.
You'll need to swing harder to cut through armor that thick.
What's happening?
Retrieving the carapace is going to be trickier than we thought.
Is she really ready to fight that thing?
Catch your breath. When you're ready, you can climb the Ark to attack it from different angles. With everything you've got. Magic isn't coursing through that patch of skin anymore. God.
was worried we might lose our chance to get the carapace, but you secured it.
Any concerns about using the Archon strand, Dom?
Concerns? None. Excitement? Considerable. We should be able to weave that strand into your mantle, Bryn.